Hey everyone, and welcome to the February 2024 Energetic Insights. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Depika Mystery, and I'm an intuitive guide, energy healer, coach, and a consultant. And for over 4 years now, I've been sharing these insights on a month-by-month basis, and it's really geared up for those of you that are becoming more and more consciously aware of your intuitive and energetic abilities and are looking for some practical guidance to help you to navigate your way through. So if that sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we're already in February and January has just gone like that. Before we dive into the energies this month, I've got two quick announcements that I like to make. The first one is I am also running a special offer for February. So if you feel like you've missed out on the January offer, there's still a chance to take advantage of the February offer. And it's exclusive to my mailing list. So if you're not on my mailing list, check out the link below and sign up and you'll get access to the offer. And the offer is because we are in the month of love and there is a beautiful unconditional love energy that is moving through us. It's an offer for you and a special loved one. So check that out and sign up to the mailing list. And then the second thing is just to give you a bit more information about the energetic alignment session. So this is my group monthly meditation, and it's an intimate group. It's limited to 16 people. It's 90 minutes long. The first 10 minutes I walk you through what we're going to be doing in that session, and generally it's a guided visualization meditation. Then I deliver that message, deliver the meditation, which is about 30 minutes, and then after that there's 50 minutes where you get a chance to do, there's a group share, so you can share your experience of the meditation, ask any questions, and I'll be there holding the space and bringing through messages from my guides that's specifically for that group. So if that's of interest to you, this month is taking place on the 25th of February, and the time is 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. Central European time, and I'll announce the theme a little bit later on. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's dive into the energies for this month. Oh my goodness, I find that this month is a little bit kooky. I feel that there's a lot of change and transformation energy here. I even feel very different recording these insights. So I'll be curious to hear how you find these insights for this month. I find that I have found, for me personally, it was a very powerful month in January. I don't know about you, but I really experienced the 24th or the 25th of January where the Go Live support end. To me, it kind of felt like, if you've got a page in a book and the page is kind of standing up like this, the page finally fell over. So it's almost like there was this sense of a book, a chapter ending and a new chapter, new book beginning. And it all feels very, very new. So for me, and you may be experiencing this, it's like, oh, maybe your guide team has changed. Maybe your senses have changed. Maybe the way you receive information, the way that you are interacting with people has changed. Maybe there's more space around you. So I think it's really important to notice that, because I think where we are going in February, I think February kind of alludes to these changes, and I feel that this insight is slightly different in terms of the way that these messages are coming through, because I found it really difficult to kind of do it in the same old way as I've done it before. So I am just going with the flow and see what kind of comes through as I'm talking to you guys right now. There are some notes here, but I'm also looking at the notes and I'm just like, I'm not even sure if this is the insights for us this month. So I'm just gonna run with it and see how it kind of how it goes. There is this overall this month there's this energy also of, it's got like a wow factor. I think many of us are going to be in awe of the various different possibilities and opportunities that starts to present itself in ways that we could never have possibly imagined. And I think the key thing is here is to stay really, really, really present. The more present we are, the more we'll see it, the more we'll sense it, the more we'll feel it, and the more we'll notice it in our daily life. And I think that's this new way of being. So I feel like I'm just getting now from the guys, it's like we're actually in that process of becoming a new human. And I don't know what that means just yet, but I think it's how we live our lives, how we think, how we are, how we show up. And I think all of that is around this change and transformation energy that we're kind of moving through this month. And I feel like this month is like that laying of the foundations of this energy. Also, we may feel this, the guides were kind of saying is that if you feel this kind of scratchy energy, or something is rubbing up against you, it's not a bad thing. It's our own past, this energy that is here to help us, to say, hey, you, watch it, you're not in alignment. Check in with yourself, check your grounding, check how you feel about the situation. Just take a moment to readjust and reevaluate what is going on. And that scratchy sensation is just like a little poke, a little scratchy sensation, just to kind of make you aware of something that you may not be fully aware of. And I think this is around our senses expanding as well. So the other thing I wanted to mention, so for those of you that do not quite feel that that page is turned over and that you've had to turn the page back, and your go live support hasn't ended, and that you've had to kind of go back and reevaluate your the new operating system, that is also okay. The guides are basically saying for you guys, do not give up on hope. Have a look at what went wrong, and not what went wrong, what isn't working, and tweak it, retest it, and deploy it, and give it a go. Don't give up, because you're very, 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 very close for that page to be turning over, and then your new book, your new chapter will start. So don't feel disempowered. It's just kind of testing you to see how much you really want it. So I think, again, this year there's this energy where we're constantly being tested with our intentions and stuff. So let me give you a message that's come directly from the guides. Kind of come from the guides, kind of it's mine. Let's see how it kind of goes. So the guides were kind of saying this: cause and effect is a powerful force. The veils thin, dimensions merge. A force not to be reckless with. Be intentional, be pure. Stay focused, stay present. Do not fear what is unknown. You are safe and protected. Always have been, always will be. So I think this message is kind of giving us a sense of what is to come. I don't think it's specifically for this month. I think it is, where we are going. The veils have been thinning for a while, and I think many, many more of us are becoming aware of that. We can feel it. We can feel our guides more. We can sense them more. The dimensions are merging, and I think this is a really powerful message around being intentional and being pure. So where we still have work to do on our shadow aspects, it's really important to have a look at that, because I think that's where we're going to start to trip over ourselves, and where we've got fear. And that's why they're saying, I think the next phase is as we're going to be stepping into a lot of unknown territory. So when we're stepping into the unknown, oftentimes we don't feel safe. And if we don't feel safe, fear comes up, and fear is there to kind of protect us. So it's really interesting. And I think the message over here is the guides are kind of saying, do not fear the unknown, that you are safe, you are protected, you always have been, and you always will be. So this then goes down to a level of trust. And I'll talk more about that in one of the themes for this month. All right, let's take a moment to do a quick recap of the January Insights. I think the January Insights is a really big insights. I mean, it's a long one, but it's jam-packed of information, and it gives us a clue of what's to come this year. So the first theme for last month was the 2024 energies, and they're broken down into 8 key elements, or key different types of energies. 1, fast. 2, soul reunion. 3, trippy. 4, splitting of paths. 5, inside out. 6, AI consciousness. 7, victim consciousness. 8, key popping moments. And I think we're seeing quite a few of them already. Fast, soul reunion, trippy, splitting of paths, inside out creation, key popping moments. I think we're getting quite a lot of AI consciousness. I think that's going to be a little bit towards the end of the year, but I think a lot of these themes are now starting to play out. The second theme was naked and alive, and the third one was present. So again, if any of those are resonating with you, do go back and watch the January Insights. All right, let's move on to the first insight for this month. And this one is called Walk Your Talk. And I have a quick message that's come from the guides, and the guides are saying, we are walking with you, talking with you. Listen not with your mind, that is not where we are. Listen with your heart. Listen with your senses. Feel the movement. You seek what is already known to you. So, I think this has got several different elements to it, and I'll start with the image that I saw. Like if you imagine that you're on ice or on water, and if you are on ice and water, you can see your reflection back at you. So what I'm getting is your feet. So that to me is representation of grounding and a laying of foundations. So I feel that many of us, our guide teams are changing, our foundations are changing, the way in which we operate is changing. Again, going back to January, we've had this new operating system being put in, so we're operating in a brand new way. So that also means that we're going to have to walk our talk. So we may still be talking, walking the old walk, but talking the new talk type of thing. And what the guides are saying, hey, hang on a second, you need to make sure that it's in alignment, because if it's not in alignment, you're going to find yourself tripping over yourself. And I feel that this is slightly different this month. I think, we are expanding and we are growing. So it's going to be even more relevant to kind of be aware of walking your talk. There is also this is also laying the foundation. So I think it's a really good month this month to check what your foundations are. And what I mean by that is having a look. It's a good month to kind of reevaluate, reset, reshuffle, and reinforce your priorities. So that's priorities in your life, priorities with your family, priorities at work, your values, your desires, and how you actually feel about yourself. So I think there's a whole kind of laying the foundation. So if you're someone that is looking to kind of, well, this is not happening, that's not happening, and I've been waiting for this to happen, the guys are kind of saying, well, hold on a second, your foundations are not aligned. You haven't laid your foundation. So if you start moving too quickly with that, you're going to fall over. So in some ways, this is like a really beautiful preparation month, and the energy here is to support us into laying those solid foundations. And this is going to be crucial as we go through this year, because there are going to be some turbulent times, and how we experience them will depend on what foundations we've actually laid. So it's a really good month to enhance your grounding practice. See if you can ground deeper. So I think what I hear, and when I'm working with clients, and when I say you need to ground, there are many different levels of grounding depending on your level of awareness, your consciousness, and what you're accessing. So like a tree, the taller the tree grows, the deeper the roots need to grow. So because we are expanding at an exponential rate at the moment in our psychic senses, in our abilities, in our intuition. So then that means we're accessing higher levels of frequency. So if we're accessing higher levels of frequency, we need to ground even deeper into the earth. So I feel that this is what this message is also about. And therefore, it's to really be in our bodies. If we are checking out, we won't be able to feel the movement, and that's really important. And also what it is coming back into our heart center and being there, because that is what we're seeking. If we constantly keep seeking things outside of ourselves, we're not going to actually access that, and that is actually within us. And I think that's the kind of reminder that the guides are giving, is to say you seek what is already known to you. So what are you seeking? If you're seeking it outside, check in with yourself, go inside and explore that within you, and you'll get the information that you need. And also this month, the guides were saying, and I'm so starting this because I really need to do this, it's a good time to declutter. So again, laying the foundations. If if you clear out your path, less likely that you'll trip over yourself as we go into the rest of this year. So good time to declutter your mind, your home, your electronics, and even friends and family members and situations, in the way in which you engage, the activities that you engage in. I think it's a whole kind of taking a step back and looking at, okay, what is occupying my space at the moment? Again, it goes back to the priorities, the values and desires. Are these in alignment with my new priorities, my new values, my new desires? And if it's not, get rid of it, because you're going to need that space. And the guides are saying, trust that scratchy feeling. It will show you where you are not in alignment. All right, let's move on to the second theme. So the second theme this month, it's a beautiful one. It's called Beacon of Love. And I'll start with a message from the guides, and the guides are saying, Feel that peace within you. It is soft, it is gentle, it is alive. It has a voice and it wishes to speak. Open your heart and receive the frequency of unconditional love. Let it be your guiding force. Let it nurture you. Let it vibrate through you and radiate out of you. The beacon that you seek is you. So I think there's many different layers to this. Before I start diving in and trying to unpick some of the layers, what I really want to say is there is this beautiful energy of love this month. Not because it's like February and it's Valentine's, it's beyond that, it's bigger than that. And oh my goodness, I can feel it right now in my heart center. And I'm thinking about a conversation that I had with a friend yesterday, and just the exchange between the two of us. There was so much love. It's about being open. It's about keeping your heart open. I think we're getting upgraded in terms of our heart center and our ability to receive love. So wherever we are kind of blocking love, it will there's an opportunity this month to kind of really dissolve those blocks so that we can receive and be this vessel. And I think beacon of love is really important. Again, I feel that this is setting the scene up for us to have an easier ride this month through the turbulent times. So being that beacon of love. So if you're looking for love outside of yourself, or you're looking for something outside of yourself, again, this is about going within. And this links back to the energies that I mentioned last month in the theme 1 2024 energies. One of them I think is called Inside Out Creation. And this is about creating that of what you seek inside of yourself first. So and we are powerful enough to do that. So yeah, it's really beautiful. And I feel that this is about self-love, right? How can you expand that? How can you evolve that? How can you deepen that? How can you trust that more? And that also then comes with self-acceptance. So you can have a look at the ways in which you're not accepting yourself, or not accepting your life situation, or not accepting exactly where you are, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment, doing what you need to do in this moment. So that's about trust. So, and then I'm getting this image of my this is really strange. Get an image of the puppy that I had for like 4 days, and she was a beacon of love. And and I think what I'm about to say about that is, I think that be open to receiving. I think what my puppy represented to me was all the ways in which my heart was blocked, and she just was a bundle of love. So what I think will happen for some of us is, if we've got blocks where it comes to love and receiving love, that will be showing up for us. Take it as an opportunity to clear that path for yourself, and to open yourself to receive this beautiful unconditional love that's so readily available to us. And I'm just getting this image of the back of the heart being open and the front of the heart being open. So we're receiving, and we're also, it's moving through us, we're vibrating it, and we are radiating it, because I think a lot of people are going to need that love that we have within ourselves, and we just radiate it. So we're not taking anything away from us. We're not giving away anything that we haven't already got to. It's almost like you become this lighthouse. That's the sense that I've kind of get. So, and I feel that the more that we can open our hearts to love, that's, I think, what I was going with the puppy. Sorry, I'm all over the place here at the moment. Where I was going with the puppy is, although it may feel painful, like it was very painful, because it showed me, my puppy showed me that where I was blocking love, where things weren't working for me, and it just reflected that back to me. But as I move through the process, and this is key, when we feel that, it is painful. And many of us, we just want to suppress that pain. So this is about allowing your hearts to open, to release that pain, and it will move through very quickly, because things are moving very fast at the moment. And love doesn't hurt. Love dissolves the pain that you have within inside you, and it helps us to grow, and there's an energy of abundance to it. I hope I'm making sense. It's so really varied, but there's so much to it in this message. Also, some of the layers, it feels like gosh, I think this is more to do with what's kind of going on in the collective. I think many people are getting very frustrated, and it's almost like the image that I'm getting is that the nervous system is rocky, it's unstable. And if you're looking to find peace outside of yourself, the guides are saying, look within yourself, because it's inside, and it's about finding that peace within yourself and radiating that out. So it's an inside out creation again. And what they're saying is that we already have this, we know how to do this, it's just something that we've forgotten, and it's a muscle that's become very, very weak. And this month, because of the way that the energies are moving through us, we can strengthen that muscle and vibrate that out. And it's like they're also saying it's safe to open your heart, it's safe to receive. It's almost like our birthright that we've totally forgotten about. And there's an abundance of unconditional love that is there for us to tap into, to move through us and vibrate through out of us as well. And I feel that this energy, it's almost like if we take advantage of it, it's going to give us all the tools that we possibly need to be able to move through this year and be the lighthouse for many, many people that are struggling as well. So yeah, there's so much to this. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts in terms of what you received from that message. I mean, I can go back and try and depict the message, but it will take me ages to go through it because there's so many different layers. I just say, open your heart, listen to the message, and see what comes up for you and what you feel in your body. I think that is the key. All right, let's move on to the third theme this month, and this one is called Psychic Senses. And I'll start off with a message from the guides, and the guides are saying, your time is now. You are ready. You are not your five senses. The language you speak is not the language you seek. You are more than you know. Yes, it boggles the mind, and fun will be kind. Move your body, sing, dance, and breathe. A new day is born with gifts to treasure. So, I don't know, like I said, my guide team has changed, so the message keeps changing, so I am not sure. So let's see if I can unpack this. But I do get a sense that, and again, so like I've just said, my guide team has changed, my ability to sense them has changed, my ability to tap into my senses has also changed, and I'm still trying to, this feels a really bit weird. So it may be a little bit mind-boggling, which is, I think, is what the guides are saying. And fun will be kind. I think they just have fun with it. So the more fun, having fun with it will be good for us to have fun with it. And I've also noticed myself on how, oh my goodness, when I was doing these insights and I was writing them, and I was just like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And I was gripping old because I couldn't do it in the old way that I've been doing it. It feels very, very different in the way that I've kind of brought these messages to you this month, and the process was different, the feeling was different, and I was kind of fighting myself in the process. And I think this is a great message for me as well, to have fun with it. And the more fun you have it, it's going to boggle the mind, but the mind's not going to be able to help you in this way. It's that energy of fun, and fun is a creative force. And they're saying move your body, sing, dance, and breathe. Again, it's using those different parts of you. So these are creative forces as well. And I feel that our psychic senses are expanding. And I feel right now I'm in the process of that. So I'll tell you next month how I'm feeling about it and how the insights kind of go, because I feel like I'm right bang in the middle of all of this. And it is weird, lack of a better word. So the other thing that I feel is weird, and it's also integrated. So I think what they're saying is that we're also going to get new information that's coming through. So some of you guys will get a really fast downloads, new information that's coming through. Your guide team might change, your guides might change, the energy of the guides will change, or the way that the guides speak to you or work with you, relate with you, that's all changing. And that's why I think it's going to be boggling to the mind, and it'll feel a little bit off, and it won't be in the same language, in the same way that we seek it. So it is weird, as a lack of better words. And the way that I've kind of experienced this as well is that there's also been an integration with my guide team. So they're not as separate as they have been in the past. So there's this sense of, okay, I'm here, and also my guide team's here, and my guide team is me, and I am my guide team. So it's a really weird sensation. And I feel that there's also like there's a reshuffling that's going on. For some of your guides, old guides will go out and new guides will come in. The energy will change of that as well. And I think there'll be a new way in which you communicate, which I think is what's going on with the language you speak. It's not the language you seek. And I think that's around the change in the way in which you change your communication. So again, that's why our psychic senses are expanding. So, maybe some of us will become more visual, maybe some of us will become more auditory, but I think it's something else. I think it's about that feeling of knowing is expanding. You just know. That's it. You just know. It's this. Oh gosh, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying that. Okay, so I've hit something there. So I think it's about this, our senses are expanding. So pay attention of how, so if you're already someone that is intuitive and have got these energetic abilities, pay attention to see how it changes. You haven't lost it. You haven't lost it. One of my mentors last week, she basically said to me, and I totally forgot about this. She goes, as we grow and as we expand, we feel that we can't, we feel like our guide team has disappeared, but actually they have integrated with us. So there's a different sensation and a different feeling. So it's not outside of us, it's inside of us. And as you grow and become, I forgot the word that she used, but as you keep growing and keep evolving and keep progressing, the more and more it feels less outside of you, and more it feels a part of you. So I hope that helps. Also, there is this sense of, with this expansion of the psychic senses, I think some of you will also get a new meaning or new burst of life, and a new understanding of who you are and why you're here, and it will feel very, very peaceful. I think this is linked to theme 2 as well, of being that beacon of light or beacon of love. Oh, maybe it's a beacon of light too. So I think they're both going hand in hand. The other thing here, some of you may also feel overwhelmed by this theme. So think about it. If you're opening up your channels, lots of information's coming through and you haven't got the right filters in place, it's just going to wreck with your nervous system. It's going to feel overwhelming. You're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel really, things are going to not, just out of kilter is the word that I'm getting. And like I said, it's weird. So the key thing is to move your body, to stay in your body, because you may want to check out and that's not going to help. It's just going to make you feel even more overwhelmed. Make sure you're grounding. So this is what I was saying about the tree before, is to ground deeper. So not just ground deeper. I think that's the key thing to remember. And rest and rest and rest, because that will help your nervous system to recalibrate to these new energies, to these new sensations, new frequencies, and your new senses that are expanding. And the guides are saying just one thing that you can use is to keep checking in with yourself, check in with your body, see how that is feeling with you, and then ask yourself, what do I need today? What does my body need today? What's going to help me today? Or you can change the day to moment, because I think it's going to keep changing moment to moment to moment and day to day. Yeah, so this is very, very, very interesting. I'll be very curious to hear how you are experiencing these energies. Yeah, and I'm curious to see how this kind of lands in March, because I think this is all about preparing us to the key popping moment, which I think is going to be happening end of March, beginning of April, and I think it will then end beginning of May. So I think this is all like a setup of what's to come. Anyway, let's move on to the fourth and final theme, and this one is called Into the Unknown. Ooh. And I have a message from the guides, and the guides are saying this: trust is a frequency that will guide you. When and where do you hesitate? Why? Let it be the torch. It knows the path that is unknown to you. You are a creator. You create your reality. So So I think this is, again, I think we're heading, like I spoke about the splitting of paths, I think we're heading on a path that we've never walked along before. And when we're stepping into the unknown, just like any change, any transformation, we don't know what we don't know. And that is often very terrifying. And but the thing is, until you step into it, to be able to step into it, you need to trust. So if you are not trusting in yourself or in your guide team, you're going to really hesitate stepping into it. So it's coming back and having a look at, what aren't you trusting? Why aren't you trusting yourself? And I feel that like our reality, I think what I've got here is that we're heading into the unknown territory, both on a metaphysical level and a human level. So trust is going to be key. So this month is a great opportunity to have a look at ways in which you're not trusting yourself, you're not trusting the guide team, and just, what don't you trust? I think that is, it's a great way to kind of have a look and go into it and explore it. And then just keep asking yourself, like a child, keep asking yourself, why? Where does this come from? Why am I not trusting this? And then you can ask, okay, you can set the intention. I would like to trust myself more. I would like to trust my guide team more. I would love to receive the help. Again, receiving, keeping your heart open to receive that help is going to be really cool. The other thing is to have a look at, become more conscious and aware of what your worst nightmare is and pay attention to it. Notice how much you spend your time and your energy in that, because I think the guides are also saying where your attention goes, energy flows. So if you're focusing on your worst case situation or your nightmares, you're going to end up creating it. And I think that's what they're saying about the last part of the message, is that you are a creator, you create your reality. So if you are focusing on your nightmares or the worst case situation, you're going to end up creating that. So this goes back into, you're not trusting in yourself. So this is going to feel a little bit trippy. Some of you may feel like you are in this victim consciousness, like, oh, nothing's happening for me, nothing good's happening for me, and that is just a distraction. Deep down is to kind of have a look at that fear that you have within yourself. And I've got some questions here, and they are, what does trust mean to you? When and where have you lost trust in yourself? When and where have you lost trust in the universe or your guide team? What don't you trust? Why? And you could just keep going on and on and on and on, just to kind of explore the energy of trust, the word trust, what it means to you, how it's shown up in your life. I think this is a really powerful theme this month. I know we've only got a little glimpse of it, but I think it's a great we've got a great opportunity to open up to another level of trust. And I feel that, you know what, I think even though some of this may feel scary for some of us, I think some of us will also start to experience some of our dreams coming into fruition, because we have this another level of trust within ourselves. And I think that's come through that the 24th, the 25th of January, the Go Live supported ended, and we're now operating on our new operating system. I think it's really come from there. So I think it's very positive. It's all about perception. I mean, I remember talking to someone and they were watching these insights and said, well, you sound really positive, Depika, but I'm a bit afraid. So go into that. If you're fearing it, go into your fear, because it's all about perception. And I think these messages, we are being guided. It's just whether or not we're willing to kind of go within ourselves and do that work. And that's the hard part, to look at ourselves, to do that work. If we do that work, that's the hard bit. And once we've done it, this bit is quite easy in the grand scheme of things to a certain degree. So I don't know if I'm making sense, but I hope it does on some level. Anyway, that is it for this month. I hope you have enjoyed these insights. If you have, do feel free to comment below, give us a thumbs up, and please do go ahead and share it with your loved ones and family and friends. I'd love these insights to keep reaching people that need to hear them and to watch it. And then if you need some extra support this month, come and join the energetic alignment session, which is taking place on Sunday the 25th of February at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. Central European time. And the theme this month is called Psychic Senses. So if you're interested in that, check out the link below. Otherwise, I will see you all next month. Take care and bye for now.